Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason, Corey, Elgin, and Spooty.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where a punk rock band of brothers, that's us, we get together and talk about one of our shared loves, toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. How's it going, guys?
Good.
It's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah, totally.
It's been way too long since I've heard you say that.
I know. I could just sense how much you
I didn't even
it.
laugh this time.
Sense the appreciation.
I just soaked it all in. It's like soaking it in like a diaper.
Okay, so if this is your first episode, I apologize for that. And then I just want to let you know we're well, first of all, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks guys.
You had to
girls.
push a lot of buttons to get here and get this into your ear holes, so we appreciate it. But we also want to tell you that we're not toy experts. We're just some dudes who likes playing the toys, and we might get things wrong, but that's all right. That's all right.
Yes.
What? You give me that look.
I'm just painfully aware of how much lower I am than everybody else.
That's right. That's right.
I'm Elgin's height right now, and that's just really weird.
That's really low. All right, let's introduce this band, this fellow.
Jason's the one making it weird, though.
That's what I do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the guys. On lead vocals, rhythm guitar, he's our real American hero. It's Corey Canny. That was my game show. More game showy there.
Step
Sorry.
right down.
On vocals and lead guitar, it's the true master of the universe, the quiet one, Elgin Arney.
Rhythm vocals.
Rhythmic vocals.
It's kind of impressive how high it gets, though.
That's true, yeah.
That wasn't Elgin.
That's the most.
Hi.
That's the most that Spooty has said in the first 15 minutes of the
I know.
podcast.
Speaking of, next up on the bass guitar, he's more than meets the eye. He's our Transformers guy. It's Spooty.
Hi.
Hey.
Spooty.
Hey, buddy.
AKA Josh.
Stop it. And lastly, on drums, hey, it's me. Spooty. Transformers, blah, 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 blah. We have a very nostalgic topic on today's show. We're going to go way back. Way back. Get in our DeLorean and go back and talk about
Spooty.
Not talk about
Time
Spooty.
cars.
We're going to talk about our
Hope
first
we don't get pulled over by the time cop.
I'm just really happy about all the talking over Jason you're doing
trying
right
to
now.
force through it. I'm trying. We're going to talk about our first toy love. That first toy that we fell in love with and why, you jerks.
Now I'm thinking about Van Damme.
As you should.
We're also going to go back to Ohio and visit a toy store in a strip mall. Guess what? They have candy.
I'm pretty
Sweet.
sure it was a strip club, and that's who Candy is.
Yes.
You can follow us on Twitter at Cracktastic Pod and on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Cracktastic Plastic. Guess what, guys? We have a store, too. That's right. You can get some sweet merch.
Heck
You
yeah.
can get your Cracktastic Plastic t-shirts.
Supplies are running low, so you need to order quick.
Act fast.
That's right.
So fast.
Just go to the website
Faster than a teenager's first time.
or go to shop.cracktasticplastic.com. That's how you get there. Get some stuff. But right now, let's talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
And up first, we got Corey, the Spooty Canny. What do you got, buddy? What'd you bring us today? It's been a while. You should have a giant pile of toys.
I do have a giant pile, and they are all in my basement.
Oh, what did you bring here today, though? That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
It's a box.
I brought another one of the Forever Clever building block things, the Lego knockoffs. These things, the boxes look awesome.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
They are.
The price point is awesome for what you get. When you actually
Is
take
it
the toys out and try and put them together, they suck. Like, these blocks are terrible. They don't stick together.
Glue.
Yeah. I know. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing if I take this out and put it together, because the last one, it just kind of falls apart. So I probably will glue this stuff together. But I got it at Tuesday morning in Coralville, and there were a couple of them, so I picked one up for my buddy Jeremy.
On a Wednesday.
Was it? Yeah, it was a Wednesday.
158
Tuesday
pieces.
morning on a Wednesday.
And yeah, it's cool. It's got the Awe Striker and some dumb little motorcycle and some dumb little drone, and it's got Duke and Snake Eyes, and I think that's Flint, but
It's supposed to be.
yeah, I think it's supposed to be Flint. It's Admiral Douche.
Dude, that box is so awesome. It's like
I
12
know.
inches by 12 inches. You could probably put that in like a
Yeah.
record sleeve or something.
Shadow
cut that
box
out
of some sort.
Yeah,
that's
the one I
fucking
gave to
huge.
Jeremy was in better shape because he wasn't planning on opening his, and I am.
Oh,
So I was like, "Well, you
sounds-
take the good box."
Are you keeping the
That's a
price
pal.
tag on it?
Probably.
Only $9.99 for that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wow,
And so
that's
these
not
are
bad.
like, people are wondering where you can get these, and you can get them everywhere. I actually emailed the company and said, "Hey, send me a list of retailers because nobody can find these anywhere."
Yeah, what's a Tuesday morning? Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a kind of like
it's like
a
Five Below.
Five Below type place, but they have more expensive
Which
stuff.
is like,
Which is a what?
It's like a high class Dollar Tree.
Yeah, basically, it's like
it feels like it in there.
It's
too.
it's 4 times better than a Dollar Tree.
yeah.
Oh.
Wait, that'd only be 4 below.
No.
5 times better.
Math is hard.
Did we
That's
lose?
too many times.
Did we lose Elgin? Because I lost him in my headphones.
Yeah.
I'm still. Oh no.
Oh, he is. Wiggle that cord. What is?
How's that? Anything? There we go.
There we go. Okay, so
There we go.
if you missed the joke, Elgin and I were doing math.
Yes.
Um,
That's the joke. Doing math.
yeah. Math is his ex-girlfriend right here on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought her name was
it's-
Algebra.
I know it wasn't. She tried to call you Betty, and he called her Al. And that has a choking hazard. I mean, that's
Sweet.
important.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a good toy.
Just
Yeah,
like that girlfriend.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're moving on past that, Elgin.
Oh.
Yep.
Stop, Corey. We're moving on past that. It's a kid's
So
show.
yeah, it is a kids show.
All the kids listen to it.
Is it?
Anyway, I get excited, and I mean that's the thrill of the hunt for me. I get excited when I see stuff like this on the shelves because I mean it's cool. It's got the nostalgic factor, and yeah, I'll take it out. I'll play with it. I'll display it. I'll keep the box nice. I'll put it somewhere eventually.
Sweet.
But that's all I brought. I got a
that's
bunch
awesome.
more stuff in
course.
our hiatus from the microphones that people out in listener land are not going to have any
Right.
concept of whatsoever because there's no
there's only
break in
two
the
We still
episode.
release them on time.
But I got a bunch more stuff that I didn't bring. I finally went and picked up the $75 giant tote of G.I. Joes that I
yeah.
talked
had
about.
it from
Yeah.
From your source.
It was a bunch of 12-inch stuff, but I brought. I will bring with me next time stuff for our next episode, and show
In
that
a
stuff
couple
off
episodes from now.
Right.
Oh, nice.
there. It's for the next one. I was just making it seem like we're not recording 2 episodes tonight.
Oh, right. You got him fooled, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for ruining it.
Sorry.
Son of a- Fixes all.
Anyway,
Awesome.
that's it for me. For now.
For now.
Cool. Elgin, what'd you bring?
Yeah, Elgin,
I
what'd
have
you
a
bring?
bunch of
What'd you
stuff.
find this week?
A bunch of stuff. Well,
Yeah, you got
Jason
piles.
contacted me today. I didn't answer the phone because I was actually working at work for some reason.
Not a fan of that.
That's weird.
Yeah, no. And he was like, Elgin! He was screaming at me through text messenger. Anyway, he found the new Origin, Masters of the Universe Origin characters. I think Wave 5, possibly Wave 6. I haven't really kept track of the waves because they don't release them at Walmart in any type of order.
Nope.
But he picked up Evelyn. This is the variant version. I already have the yellowed version of it, which was on
Jaundiced.
wave 1. Yes.
Yeah, this is the left in the sun too long.
Yeah, this is the need suntan lotion.
Is that a different Skeletor on the back, or is it
Yes,
just the same?
so they're re-releasing Skeletor and He-Man with new head sculpts. The
Like
head
mouth
sculpt,
closed.
yeah, it's the vintage style head sculpt.
Oh, so you're actually going to get a not stupid head.
if they make them,
If you
if,
can
Well,
I can find them, I
Do
probably.
you need the Skeletor? Because
No.
no. The new ones aren't at my Walmart. It says
No.
new for 20 right on the box. This is the first time my Walmart has gotten
Yes,
anything
That's insane.
He-Man, and it's 4 Skeletors from last year.
Yeah, those were out before Christmas of 2020.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous. They should say 20. I don't.
They
think
say new for 20. These say new for
Well,
21.
I think those new He-Man Skeletor ones don't say new for 21 though. For some
Oh,
reason.
okay.
What I don't know why.
Faker.
And then he also got Evelyn and Fisto.
Damn right I did.
He sure did. At that same.
Where
it
did
Walmart?
you find them?
Walmart
Knoxville.
in another.
You had a nice little cameo in the.
He did for like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was him and Clamp Champ.
Let's see. Who was it? Who did his voice?
Fisto.
Yeah.
He didn't have a speaking role.
Okay.
Just his
Who
fist was there.
Whose voice did Jay Muse do? Because
Stinkor.
Stinkor, that's who it was. Okay. Anyway, go on.
So Jason got these two for me, Fisto and Evelyn. Evelyn, this is like the coloring on it is the lighter color of that they did for
Kind of
later.
2000X.
Yeah, because the logo on the front is very 2000X.
Yeah.
This type of the front logo on the bubble is that kind of 2000X style. They have made Mega Constructs characters like this as well, which
Only
are
on the Evil Lynn.
they're coloring.
That
Oh,
sticker
Yes,
on
it's
the
only
bubble.
Yep.
it's on. Well, there might be
It's
another
not
one.
on either of those.
Yeah, but I mean, there might be other characters that they've done like this. But so far, this is the only one they've had this new sticker that's on the front.
I wonder what the point is of putting the sticker on the bubble when it's all over the package.
I don't, and you could tell what color because that one's obviously a different color. It's like a yellowed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they're referencing the 2000.
I think so, too.
Is what that.
They haven't really come out and said it, but that's what I'm
That's
guessing.
the consensus.
I made a flying trip up to Iowa City earlier, and found these two at another Walmart in Iowa City, the one on the south side on Highway 1. I found a Faker, and then which has this vintage head sculpt, and then
Yeah, that looks good.
this is another merman. So I have the other merman. This one, his head sculpt looks frightening, like some sort of nightmarish thing with his giant eyes. So this is,
It's pretty creepy.
yeah. The LOP stands for Lord of Power. There was a whole line of figures that came out before any of the figures came out in 81. It was kind of like their demo of what they wanted to do. And it was the Lord of Power set. And I think at PowerCon you could have purchased all of these. So they made a Beast Man, which they are coming out with, and he's like all red, and he has a different head sculpt, like
And
an
he's got a
angry face.
corncob sword.
Yeah, he's always had that. That's the
Why
sword
does it-
of quiche.
That's the sword of sweet corn.
Yeah. I wish they would have given his spear.
It's got a
Which he had.
nutsack on it. It's like a little
It's pretty awesome.
Yep.
cock and balls with a corn head.
I wish they would have given him his spear because he has that as well as a weapon, but they didn't. But the Lord of Power set, they made He-Man, Skeletor, Beastman, Merman, Man-at-Arms, all in this, and they're all different looking as well. Like Beastman is an all red Beastman as opposed to like the
Red
other
and
coloring.
orange and
Yeah,
blue and-
it's really strange, and he has like these giant shoulder pad horn things, and they're making that character as well, probably
Cool.
on wave 6 or 7. I don't know. I haven't kept track of those. But this is all complete now of wave 5, I believe.
you have to be excited about the He-Man.
I was so excited about
You're
that.
going to have
head
Origin with a.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he has he's got that Faker. When I saw that, and the Faker and Merman that they had at Walmart that I found them at, they weren't even on the peg. They were just laying down on a shelf, like strewn about, not even like put where they're supposed to be. I missed them the first time I went by and I walked back and saw them down there and grabbed them.
Did you make the same noise you did when you found
No,
Castle
I did
Grayskull?
not. I did not.
I think there's a robot.
Yeah, he's an evil robot.
Oh yeah, I played with that Fakor at your house the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, continuing on with the Origins theme, I recently saw on this website called Movies Unlimited that mainly does DVDs, but they also do toys. So I was going through it and I was like, well, maybe they'll have Master of the Universe toys. And I pulled it up and they had a land shark on there. The land shark sells for $30 at Target and they had it for $25. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like, oh, you have to sign up. If you sign up now, you get 10% off. So I signed up, got 10% off of that. So it was like $22 or whatever it was. So I got that. Here he is. Good old land shark. And his mouth opens when you roll him.
Holy
Which
moly.
there's a video
awesome.
on.
Yes, there's a video of this in the past. It's probably dog hair that you're pulling off. Because I think Ethan was playing with it and rolling it around the ground.
That's awesome.
So yeah, he attacks and has two weapons. So yeah, that's I never had one as a kid, and
it's pretty close.
it's yeah. The only thing that's different is I think one of the other guns on the original is a different type of gun, but
and the way
it makes more
those
sense.
guns are different. They're
Yeah,
more hollow.
it makes more sense that there would be the same type of gun because I don't know. And
so cool.
but yeah, it's coloring is spot on and it just works the same way and it's awesome. So got that for like $22. And then like I don't know, maybe a week later or something, they sent me an email that said, hey, be sure to use our free $5 gift card or code. So I'm like, go back.
Okay.
So twisted my arm. So I go back on the website and I'm scrolling through it. And I'm like, oh, they got Wind Raider.
Oh, snap, $5 off.
So there was already. So this is also a $30 toy, and they had it on there for $25 as well. Plus another $5 off.
Oh my
so I got it for $20.
Yeah.
And it's giant compared to the other one.
Oh, and them stickers.
But everything was good. But the best feature on it now, so that has the hook, which the original had. You can push this button up here, and shoots off.
Oh, yes.
It shoots off, and then you can just wind it back up. Just if you don't get it caught on something, it winds back
you
up.
broke it.
I'm sure that just sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Good.
and then stick it back on there, and then shoot at Jason.
Ah!
But compared to the original one I have here, which I'll talk about
that's
later,
way bigger.
it's huge.
A little,
He-Man, get away.
little more like size appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you stick a vintage figure in it, he looks better.
Yeah, way better.
He's got plenty of room for activities in there. So.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so another.
We've lost Corey to that website.
he's
Well, I'm just looking at it, and your Wing Raider is on back order now. So you got lucky there.
Well, I ordered it as it was almost like a pre-order.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, it's shipping right now." I'm like,
Oh,
I
great.
guess I'm getting it right now."
Nice.
Oh
So-
darn!
Yeah. I'll pass it around there.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's kind of my origin haul of a complete wave and a couple
Hell yeah.
vehicles, which I'll kind of go more into the Wind Raider later on the show. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. The other thing with that Wind Raider, it came with this little stand.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, what was the
Sorry,
hole
yeah.
in the bottom?
So it comes with this little stand with this little
Wow.
computer screen, and it can attach to that and display it. But you can also take this off and then attach this part to Castle Grayskull.
Oh,
So he can be sitting on top of Castle Grayskull on the very top, and there,
that's where you have them.
and then he just kind of sits up there.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And then he can
That's
take
pretty
off.
sweet.
Yeah.
All that for $20?
I
You
know.
suck. That's amazing.
Great display piece too.
Yeah,
That's really awesome.
to have the flying thing flying
Yeah.
on display is
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
They did that. So they have that with Sky Sled, the Prince Adam Sky Sled set that I have. They have like a little thing like this as well. And then I think there's something else. Maybe not. Oh, maybe I'm thinking that Battlefield Warriors. It has a little thing like this as well. But
Super cool.
they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, like that's kind of cool. I'm looking through this website right
Yes.
now, and like the first 3 pages of their collectible section is all practically all Motu stuff.
Yeah.
Forget it. Yeah.
I've seen 2 GI Joe things so far.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Super 7 thing.
Oh yeah.
Come on, it's cool.
Hey, Super 7 does great stuff with GI Joes or with Transformers, and then all their GI Joe figures so far look like they have front butt.
The
They got a lot of
Motu
new-
stuff's pretty good too. That
Got a
they've
lot of
done.
new GI Joes coming out.
Yeah, I know. And I don't.
Oh, I saw the movie classified one of Snake Eyes
Oh yeah, yeah,
with his face, the guy's
yeah. The
face,
6-inch line.
the
which,
actor's face.
yeah.
That's all I had.
Cool. Spooter.
Spooty.
I only got one thing. It's
It's
been
shocking.
dry.
Shocking. But it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, usually I have like 12 things, but I got the RED Soundwave.
You finally got him.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
I feel like he was mocking me on that.
A little bit. I mean, usually I'm awake, so it's pretty cool. It the chest opens and there's a little tiny
Aw.
laser beak that's now permanently stuck in his chest. So
Oh.
I'm gonna have to like get some tweezers to get him back out. The gun kind of fits in his hand.
Only Elgin can do it. So
You gotta like
Yes.
put it in backwards
Yeah,
and
you
then
gotta
spin
have
it
twist it.
around
Dainty
and
fingers to be able to.
I call them dancer fingers.
Oh.
yeah, but he's pretty sweet. He looks great.
Oh yeah, those red figures
Some-
look so
some
good. I
sweet-
can't wait
sweet
to
detail.
see you get them all your red figures
Complete
out
the collection.
displayed. What?
They still had the what's his face, Cheetor.
Oh, yeah.
At
They have
Walmart
a
in
bunch
like
of
a
those.
really bad beat up box. I almost got them just the other day.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't have them, but
Was on
the,
clearance.
the box wouldn't even stand up. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super cool. Well, all right. I got a few things. I
Yay.
narrowed it down to just these 3. That was tough. First off, I was at a horror movie convention the other day, and I somehow managed to find a Transformer at the show. I was so happy.
Which convention was that?
It was Crypticon
Oh, okay.
in Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
And giant arena place, hundreds of vendors, all selling scary stuff.
Sweet.
And I found a Transformer. It was awesome. And it was one that
A scary one.
it's one from the first wave of Siege that I clearly had missed and had been eyeing forever. And the guy is one of them great vendors I'm just like, so will you take this for him? He's like, hell yeah, I will. Thank you. And he like thanked me for haggling. He's like, I just want to have conversations with people. And I'm like, I did too. Let's talk about toys. So we hung out for a while, talked about toys. I don't know. I never got thanked for haggling before, but
That's weird.
he just
That is
went on it. He like complained about people who don't. And I'm like, well, that's kind of awesome. Anyway, so I got,
Like, have you met Corey?
I know, well, you guys will be best friends. I got Springer from Warp Cybertron. He's a triple changer. He's green and he's beautiful, and he's a helicopter and a tank and or jeep type thing. And
Jerry.
And a ninja turtle as well.
Oh,
And a
and
Ninja
then
Turtle.
whatever this is flips or flaps around.
It's
Oh,
a
is he a
helicopter.
helicopter?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So his swords are the helicopter blades.
that's right.
nice.
It's pretty cool.
Leonardo cosplay.
He's always loved him. He's from the movie, from kind of that second and third season, and triple changer. Some of the Autobot guys. Happy to find him.
pretty rad.
Another one I didn't expect to find. I really didn't expect to find him in person, but I did. And on the street, he's being called Thundercrapper, and sometimes known as Shitstorm. But it's the Netflix Sparkless Seeker set. And I love him because, well, I mean, he's a Seeker, so
He's
it's done
got the-
deal.
He's got the
Seeks.
best guns of
But he
any of
also
the-
comes with 2 Target Masters.
Yeah,
And-
those are like the best ones of
Yeah, so
all
he's-
the line so far.
He's pretty sweet. He's it's that Tetrajet mold that they've used a million times, but and it's not. Maybe it's not
Just the Siege Starscream
Yeah.
mold. Yeah.
Yeah, and which is cool.
Why
And
is the rubber band still on him?
just because I haven't transformed him yet.
Well, you don't need to because you already have Starscream.
I know. I missed that rubber band. Damn it. So like I mean I like the colors, but it's also really bad colors too. He's just such a dark gray with kind of brown spots all over him. He's really dirty, but I love the idea of a zombie transformer.
Yeah.
So that's
The
Star sewage.
yeah.
just isn't a whole lot of detail that sticks out because I mean there's a lot of detail on the molding, but
Yeah.
because it's like all one color,
Yep.
it doesn't look as good.
But he's cool and happy I found him.
Is
And it's
is there a sticker set you can get to
I
enhance
don't-
this guy?
You should bring out the poop.
Yes,
I don't think
to
so. yet.
shine up that turd.
And then the last thing I'll talk about today is I got me another alternator. This is Swerve. He's a little red car, little red Corvette.
Little red car.
He's got a sweet little flamey
Copyright
on the
strike.
front. Oops, sorry. I love him, and he's beautiful, and he's big and bright and red. He's got gold little trims all over him, little spots. And I broke his goddamn thumb the first time I tried to put the gun in his hand. I just pushed too
Amateur.
hard. I pushed too hard. It's
And then he had to dig it out of
But,
his butthole anyway.
no. I was actually in the van when I was doing it on my lunch break. I was
Why
so
were you
excited.
taking this shit
Weirdo.
in the van?
That's not the part I was doing in the van. I was playing with him in the van. Shut up! Here, look at him. Here, look at him. He's beautiful.
I know he's
Pass
beautiful.
him around.
Yeah,
It's Swerve.
Yeah.
It's an alternator. I think he was number 17 of 27, so I still got 10 more to go in my quest. And I might
Corvettes
have some...
are the second worst car in the world.
You shut your face.
What's the first?
Yeah, but they're the
Prius.
coolest transform.
Prius.
You... I hate you sometimes. Anyway, found some good things. Found some fun, good things. Well, guys, let's get into it. Let's
All
talk-
right.
Our topic discussion today. I love this topic because, it's kind of where it all...
Topical.
It's topical. No, it's topic-y. But, just the love of toys, for those of us who collect toys, it always seems to is rooted in our childhood. And like most of us, I don't know a lot of collectors that start collecting as adults. Like it seems to usually come from at least one good memory as a child of toys and trying to reach that nostalgia again. And so I just love hearing people's stories and what got them into collecting and just talking about toys. So today we're just going to talk about that first toy that you fell in love with. I know we all have them. Some of us have a hard time remembering them, but we all have that, that Linus's blanket, that
Yeah.
first thing that you just loved.
You carry it everywhere, and you sucked on the corner of it. And
Oh. Well,
isn't that what he did with his blanket?
Well, probably.
you go first, Corey. What? I'm very curious.
Do you want him to go?
I know I don't, but I have to. It says so here on this paper. I'm curious though. What was the first toy you fell in love with? Was it a
Man.
GI Joe? Was it what was it?
There were two.
Yeah?
Yeah, they happened around the same time, and they were the two toys that I would not ever put down. And I've talked about them at length on the podcast, and everybody will know what they are. But it was the Sky Striker, first vehicle that I got.
Was a GI Joe?
It was a G.I. Joe. And, I mean, what's not to love about it?
Oh,
It's a freaking cool airplane, and
Yeah.
it was well detailed, and it had all the cool mechanics of it with the wings that would sweep back and forth, and the landing gear that popped up and down, and the hours and hours of playtime that I had when I would crawl out onto the roof of my house and drop the parachute off, and
yeah.
have to climb down the ladder and go get it again, and keep doing it till my mom yelled at me, and I got in trouble all the time. Number two was the that Lego set that I talk about all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That Blacktron,
Yeah.
6941 or something like that.
Sounds right.
6491. I don't know. It was the one that was it was like a moon vehicle thing, and it hinged in the middle so that it like turned corners and shit. And like, I don't know. I just that Lego set, after I put it together, I was 5 years old, I think, when I got it, and when I put that one together, like I took that thing with me everywhere. Like more than the Sky Striker, I think. I took that everywhere. Like that toy captivated me as a kid.
Yeah.
And but it didn't cement a love for Legos. I think Legos are cool, but it didn't cement a love for Legos in my head. It was just that particular play set. Like for some reason that was so cool to me. And
that whole line of that space,
Yeah.
of that space Blacktron line is great. Like my brother had a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Which I sent Corey a bunch of pictures when I was going through them at my parents' house, and he didn't have that one, but he had a bunch of other ones, and they're all cool. They're all just because it's
that one
it's like
just
dark space type stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know what it was, because I don't even remember having a particular fascination with space, although I must have, because I do remember when I was playing with my Sky Striker when I was a kid, I would pretend that Ace was an astronaut and he was like getting out of his plane after he flew it to the moon and like floating around and shit, and like, I don't know, stuff that you do when you're 5 years old because you're stupid.
Because the world hasn't broken you yet.
Yeah.
It's getting deep and dark.
Yeah, and then your dad comes in and yells, "You're not on the moon, you dipshit!" And it just, everything is more sad from there.
Yeah.
But he's dead now, so let's talk about somebody else's toys. No, those were mine. The
Those are
Sky Striker and
You
that Blacktron set. Those were the things that just absolutely captivated me as a kid.
Remember
And
how
then-
old you were?
Yeah, I was 5.
5.
I would have to double check on that Blacktron set, because I may have been a little bit older than that, but I mean, those two things. And then I had a die-cast Ertl, like General Lee, that like the doors opened and the hood opened and the trunk opened and it was like fully functional and like the steering worked and all that kind of stuff. Cool. And I loved that thing as a kid too, and I kind of forgot about it until right now. But and then the neighbor kid was playing with it, and I never saw it again. Like he said, "Can I borrow it?" And
Forever.
Yeah, and then the story I got was they were throwing it around and accidentally threw it up on top of the house, and it got stuck on top of the house, and there's no way to get it down now. And I believed him when I was 4 years old, but you're thinking about it now, like that just didn't want to give it back.
Yeah.
Bastards. I think the thing that cemented G.I. Joe collecting for me was the fact that so many kids that I knew also had G.I. Joe. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends who were really into Transformers or really into He-Man at the time. Like, everybody that I knew was really into G.I. Joe. And that's probably what did it for me. I think it was more me giving into peer pressure.
Yeah. That's part of my story too, but
yeah.
Let's go to Elgin.
I brought the three.
You're one of the lucky ones here.
The three
you
that I
actually have
of collection of my collected memory that I used to. I remember playing with these three specifically.
Wow.
When I was probably in kindergarten,
So
first
jealous.
grade. I have Thunder Punch He-Man, which I've talked about on the podcast before, and I was just going to limit it to him, but then I was like, well, what did I didn't just play with him. Obviously, I had vehicles.
Yeah.
And the Wind Raider, my original Wind Raider, the wings are in here. I've lost the tail fin years ago, and the stickers are all kind of ratty and everything. And this thing still works. His little grappling hook, which comes out, and you can kind of just wind it back up.
Yes.
But one of the wings that needs to be fixed, I need to do the toy Poloi hack on it and fix it. I think it's this one. I've kind of glued it back, but he has a trick where you use like a connect piece and cut it to fit. Anyway, I can kind of put them in there.
Sure,
I don't want to break them off more than they are. But I remember playing, especially with this Wind Raider, running it through gravel because I lived out in the country and like in ditches and stuff, and just like in dirt and everything, and just had He-Man or someone else, or maybe Man-at-Arms in there, and just kind of just flying around and just like running into things. It's like, I'm surprised it even survived. Like it's so, especially the I took the wings out because I don't want to break them more. But that's the stickers, like I said, they're kind of beat up and stuff, and like I'm missing the tail fin, but this is one I always remember as like being one of the vehicles I had someone in, and Thunder Punch, especially putting the caps in his back, so he makes the popping sound, and it even smells like
Gunpowder.
the gunpowder from the if you smell it still smells like it, and it still works. Although it's a keep the surface clean. I don't really did that, I guess, but yeah, keep the surface and backpack clean. I haven't really. I guess load them up with caps and have them go to town. And I'm missing his sword. I have his shield still, but I'm missing his sword and all that. His head's kind of squishy.
But to have the original,
that's the original
memory
and
toy.
And then this was another vehicle that I remember playing around with a lot. This is called Laser Bolt.
Whoa!
And he flips up. So it never really stood flat. It's kind of like a 3-wheeled dragon type vehicle. I think it's supposed to go like that, so it actually runs, but it doesn't. It only sits like that. I've always remembered it sitting like that. So it's just the toy is not great. But you push the little button and it goes into attack mode. And it has little laser guns on the top. I only have one of them. I didn't bring them because I didn't want to lose the other one. But you stick them in here and it has like little laser guns.
Nice.
And the character, I guess Corey has them.
Can stand right there.
He just stands in there and he has a little foot thing, so he stands.
Kind of like a Segway.
Yeah, sort of, but not. And he kind of sticks in there, and then shoots and attacks and stuff, and rides around. So those three, I remember specifically playing with these a lot, like in kindergarten, first grade. And what Corey said is like he had friends and stuff that played with the same type of toys, but I think I had a few friends that did. I know one guy had like Castle Grayskull and all this stuff, and we'd play at his house. And there's another guy when I went over to my aunt's house, like their neighbor kid, he had some. So it was good to kind of see that and like, oh, you have all these toys.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are my, and I'm like Jason said, I am lucky to have. Fortunate to still have these over 40 years,
Amazing.
35 years of playing with them, and then having my parents not throw them away when I grew up. Yeah, they packed up everything and like, yeah, you'll take it eventually, and then and so I still have them. So yeah,
amazing. That's awesome.
Just looking at them it's just.
Do you remember any non-He-Man toys from? But these are ones you love.
These are the ones I played with all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably had some other. I know I had like Hot Wheels cars, and we would like line them up and like jump them over like Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
And we had ones that you could smash and they would like flip.
Yeah, I had those too. Like they had like
damage on them.
Some of them, like the tops, would do that, and some of them the front or the
I have
back.
like
or the
a
side,
Formula One car that the top will just like flip over, like it's smashed. And I have I think I had a police car where the door would smash.
Yeah.
So we had a bunch of those. Cool. Yeah, a bunch of those to play with. A lot of Legos as well. We just had kind of at the time they were only like the basic sets. It was just like building stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like themed stuff first, and then it was eventually themed ones. But this was before that. I mean, before all of those, that stuff. So
I had, like you, I had kind of a mishmash of everything.
Sure.
Except for He-Man.
Yeah. I had one He-Man figure, like the original He-Man, and I had all of his gear. And I'm pretty sure the only reason I had him is because I traded something else to a friend for him because I was not
toys.
Oh, yeah.
I was not allowed to have He-Man growing up because He-Man was the devil. Like, because of all the magic and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Magic
growing
is
up with
evil.
Baptist parents, I was not allowed. Like, the preacher's kid had all of them.
Of
So I got
course.
to play with He-Man when I was at the pastor's house, but He-Man was not allowed in my house.
I didn't have a
At
lot
all.
of Joes. My brother had the whale, killer
Yeah.
whale. He was killer whale.
Yeah, the hovercraft.
Yeah, he had that, and so I get to play with that in proximity since it was his, but then it burned in a fire, and then
So sad.
yeah, then the only big transformer I have is that Weird Wolf. I got that for a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
We had a birthday at like the Y because they had a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So I remember getting that there, and that was like the only. And then I have like other random ones, but I didn't. This was my line, and this was
Yeah.
the Motu stuff was. That's what
That's awesome. I remember us having a hodgepodge too, a little bit of everything. I remember us having mask stuff.
Yeah, I had some
Remember?
of that.
Was there like a
remember that.
car with the
Yeah.
wings that flop on
Yeah.
that semi? I kind of remember those two things. But has any of this jarred anything loose for you, Spooty? I thought you had a great memory. There's just nothing.
I mean, I remember having those things.
all the things, but nothing. You just
I don't think we ever had the semi.
Hmm.
We had one of the cars. I know we had like the Doom Buggy,
yeah.
and a couple of the other characters. We had like some G.I. Joe stuff. I know we had the was the Serpentor and the
Oh, yeah.
sled and whatever the hell.
Air
The
chariot.
air chariot.
Get it right.
Should they call it
There
like
was like
snake
the
chariot or
the
something?
slime pit thing too.
Oh shit!
We had that.
Like slime pit?
Was
Is
it
that a
the He-Man?
Ninja Turtles
Is
thing?
that
or-
He-Man? or
It's
was
He-Man. It's Hordak's
okay.
slime pit.
Oh.
There's a
okay.
little skull on the top, and he loaded up with slime, and then it dumps on him.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
those
his character.
commercials.
And then it turns him into a
barely
green,
remember
evil character.
Yeah.
But go on.
Yeah. And I remember a few. Like, if I had them out, I would actually be able to tell. But they're all in a box still. I remember having the Constructicons, like some of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
And that Shockwave. I
Shockwave.
remember
Yeah.
him going way back.
Didn't really have any of the bigger ones. I mean, the Shockwave is kind of, but never had an Optimus Prime or a Ultra Magnus or anything back then.
You're 4 years younger than me, so I don't. I mean, I know we all had the same toys ish, but
Yeah.
like I had friends that had toys. Did you have friends?
Oh, yeah.
Comma. Did you have friends that had toys?
Like I had one friend
I
that
don't
had
remember.
Omega Supreme and
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and Jetfire and all the cool big ones, and like Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
So you had one friend whose parents loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
had
me
money.
too. Fucking Jason Malnix. I'll call him out right now. Motherfucker. That was gonna be my pick for this episode for a while because I also
Friends you hated?
yeah. I also can't think of a toy that I loved growing up. I just don't have the memories are gone. But I fucking remember Jason Malnix bringing Soundwave to school one day. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Can I touch it? No. Okay, fuck you. And then, he had an Omega Supreme. He had Jetfire. Optimus Prime, and he'd always be showing me all these toys, and I'd be like, why are we friends if you don't let me play with your toys? Anyway.
'Cause you weren't friends.
No, we
Yeah.
weren't, and never was ever again. But yeah, I remember. So I had friends that had these toys, and I coveted the shit out of them, but I never. And we had a little bit of everything, but
Yeah, but not much of.
that I just loved. I just
yeah.
don't have that memory. But then you kind of sparked a memory that I do have for kind of what my answer will be. Is in 1985, I think, is when we and I. This is where it sucks because what I'm about to say, I am embarrassed about in a way because it is not my thing.
Barbie Corvette.
Close.
My Little Pony.
Might as well be,
My Little Pony.
but I'm not.
I'm not embarrassed.
I know you're not,
Care Bears.
and I wasn't it's not that I'm embarrassed. I am not anymore a video game person, but I have fucking vivid memories of that Christmas morning opening the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we had that first version with Robbie the Robot.
Oh, yeah.
The worst thing that was
It is so
ever
bad.
invented.
So your
And
parents did love you that
They
day.
did.
I didn't have
for
Robbie
1
the
year and
Robot.
1 year only, they loved us. And
But they got all three of us.
right, all
Oh,
three of us had
right.
to share
Yeah,
this
okay.
thing.
I had to share with my brother. We got the NES. But I think it was with Duck Hunt.
Yep,
The
it had
gun.
Duck Hunt and Super Mario Brothers and this Gyromite game that came with the.
which was all
Robbie the
three
Robot.
on the same.
I just looked it up too. It cost $150 back in 1980.
Sounds about
Damn.
$800.
Right,
now.
no shit. So I'm like, okay, that was a really good gift, Mom. I appreciate it. But goddamn, I was addicted to video games. I mean, like, that's all I did.
Well, then we had Legend of Zelda.
And then Legend of Zelda
I
happened.
stopped listening after I was a dick.
I know. But oh man, I definitely have super vivid memories of playing video
Did you ever
games.
play
Yes.
Wizards and Warriors?
Yes, and that game sucks because it's the hardest game ever made.
Until you watch somebody just play
Whiz
it
right
on
through
one
it.
life.
Like a heat.
I
was never
think
good at
No,
it.
those ones it regenerate. Like after you get like 3 lives, but you start at the same spot again.
I think
It's-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the hardest
It
game.
is.
Also a terribly hard
The second
game.
one is great though.
The
Friday
second one's
13th
great and
is
easy,
aw-
Yeah.
Friday 13th's a hard game.
Yeah.
Castlevania.
Yeah, I know too many people that
I know.
just speed run all those.
Spoody's gone on to some video game careerness stuff
Yeah.
and things, and it's awesome, but
It makes me not want to play those.
I know.
Like watching somebody play Castlevania without dying for
I
like
know.
10 hours.
Yeah, how the
Yeah.
hell?
Just
I think-
keep looping it.
I've played Wizards and Warriors so much that I think I beat it in like an hour. But you can either beat it 2 ways. You can either do the cheat, which at one level you levitate up and then go backwards through the screen, and then you come out the other side, and it changes it to a different world, and then you just play. You don't have to beat the wizard at the end. That way, you just have to beat like one of the third bosses, and it's way easier.
But I just have so many. But my entire childhood, all I can remember is playing video games. Like, when did I not?
Do
I get
you
home from
remember
school?
opening up Blaster Master before we actually got it as a present?
Of course.
Playing it and then putting it back in the wrapping.
Never did such a thing. I
Blasphemy.
do remember that. That game was fun.
Yeah.
We just Jess and I were at the What's Your Flea Market, the most recent What's Your Flea Market, and she got super excited to find a Zapper and a Mario and Duck Hunt cartridge to go with her NES that she picked up at A to Z Toys a
That's
couple years
awesome.
ago.
Yeah, we had so many games. We had them all.
She's a big
played
video
everything.
game, like Nintendo specifically. Yeah.
And every system since then, we seem to have got it. Super NES,
I mean, the
PlayStation.
Nintendo 64 we got just to get Legend of
the
Zelda.
60. Yeah, and then we played Ocarina of Time. I beat it, and that's when I quit playing video games from the Super NES or the 64. I mean, but
Yeah, Ethan is. He doesn't play. He just watches Amanda play it on the 64 Ocarina of Time because he's just like, "Well, can I just watch you play it?" Because we had like the manual for it, like the walkthrough, and so it's just he'll sit down and like watch it for like a couple hours after playing it until she gets tired of playing it.
But then I was nerding out super hardcore Transformer stuff, and so I learned that from another podcast I was listening to. In 1983,
What was the podcast?
Yes, you can give him a shout out.
it is the Triple Takeover Toycast. It's my favorite Transformers-based podcast. They're amazing.
Okay.
Check them out. But they referenced in 1983, that is the year that Tokyo had a toy fair that Hasbro came over
Yeah.
and licensed the Diaclone and toy robots and all that. And there is video. Someone had a camcorder and walked through the toy convention. And so
Nice.
there is footage of these original Diaclone, the toy show that started everything for Transformers that we know today as far as the American Transformers.
Sure.
And so it was awesome. I mean, it's the most crappy video you ever seen, and it's hard to kind of watch, but it was really exciting to just watch through it. And I'm like, and then there's and what's all the different colors, and it was just what the history that was in this little video of some dude walking around. But then I'm watching this video. That's not even the awesome part for me at this time. I was watching this video, and then there's some demo of some kid playing this other game, and I'm like, oh my God. There's a kid playing this game that I have not thought about since we were children. And this kid's playing it. And I'm like, what? I already geeked out and sent you guys all this stuff in the chat. But
I don't remember.
There's this kid playing this Tommytronic 3D.
Yeah.
And this would be my pick for toy I fell in love with, because it's a weird little triangle shaped, I don't know.
It's like a spaceship
game.
Spaceship and video game. It's like Space Invaders, but it's kind of 3D. It's not at all, but
so that one is like you're in a tank and you can move in like 3 spaces in the front, and there's stuff that like
the kid wasn't Fred
Yeah.
Savage, was it?
No. Okay. And you hold it up to your eyes to play it, and light comes through this little screen on the top to illuminate what's in there. And you got these little buttons on the side for you to move back and forth so you don't get hit by the dropping lasers from the aliens.
Pew, pew.
And this thing has a strap on it that you wear around your neck.
Strap on.
And I remember fucking going to bed with this thing. Like,
You remember going to bed with a strap on?
I never took this video game off from around my shoulders. That I had to say it that way. I don't know if you remember, Spooty, but I played this game so much. I got so good at it, and then the more you play, the faster it gets, and it gets go so fast. And anyway, I completely forgot about this game until I'm watching this crazy video for what? You're all right. We'll move on. All right.
The sad thing is, you probably still weren't any good at it.
I was awesome at it.
It's almost like that Star Trek Next Generation episode where they play that game and it shoots things in their eyes and gives them endorphins.
Yeah.
Like I thought I was really good at
Everyone's
video games
addicted to.
until I saw people that were actually really good at video games.
That's probably
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Sorry to ruin it.
yeah, this Tommytronic 3D, man. Oh my God, that was so. Video game, sadly, is the toy that I remember being in love with the most as a kid. But that's right. We got to move on. We got to take a quick break. We got to tell these people all about our podcast network. Let's do that right now.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, we are back. What voice was that? I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna. Elgin's here, and he's got the keys to the van, so he's gonna take us on a little drive. He's gonna take us on a store tour.
All right, today's store that we're going to is a store that we have not been to, but we probably would love to go to.
Because this looks awesome.
It's called House of Plastik with a K at the end.
Yeah,
Or
that's 'cause
plastique.
it's cooler than normal plastic.
Probably doesn't have dynamite, so probably House of Plastik. Vintage toys, collectibles, and candy. What?
Yeah.
It's at 834OH125, number 310, Cincinnati,
What?
Ohio.
What kind of address is that?
It's in a strip mall. That's
Oh,
what
that's
kind.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
Number.
Park Plaza Shopping Center, located in strip mall. We've never been there, but looks like it's a place to check out. We are following them on Instagram at House of Plastik. House_of_plastic_. Check them out on their page. They have plenty of pictures of sweet toys and sweet candy and
Yeah, that's a
sweet
great little
things.
crossover. Toys and candy. Like, that's two
Well,
good
I have
things
a
in
lot of
one.
Pez dispensers of Motu stuff, so maybe
That's true.
Maybe some of those I can
They can
buy.
hook you up. With
Pretty
some
sure there's
stuff.
some Transformer Pez dispensers too.
Yes,
sure
I've
that-
seen some of those. Yeah.
I've never seen a G.I. Joe Pez dispenser.
Well, yeah, because
Not yet.
G.I. Joe sucks.
Anyway, they're like I said, we follow them on Instagram. You can check them out there as well. Next time we're out in Toyhio, whatever it's called, then we will definitely go out there and see. That's all I got for that store.
House of Plastic. Awesome. Yeah,
Check
it is
it out.
weird. That's our first store that we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be
So
more
it's
of
weird to talk
those
about.
in the
Yeah.
future.
I guess that's just an excuse to get in the van. Let's go
Exactly.
visit some new stores.
I will be hopefully visiting some stores when I go
Reconnaissance mission.
when I go on
Yes.
vacation 3 weeks ago. I will have been going to visit some toy
We'll have
stores, I think, and will have been gone to visit some toy stores. So
Yes.
I'll
Do
let you know.
recon.
I love when he
I'll
gets
do some recon,
started.
and maybe I'll have some.
Yeah, you can.
Then you
take
can
us-
send me the
store
thing.
But what you can do now is you can take us.
What I can
to
do
this
now is
next
I can
segment.
pause for music.
Well,
and
we'll
then-
see if you do. But we're going to move on to one of my favorite parts of the show. We get to hear from you guys, the listeners, our pals. It's time for Talkin Toys.
Talking Toys, everybody. There was a
Perfect.
pregnant pause
Nailed it.
there, waiting for the
They won't
music
know
and
that.
intro and
Waiting
stuff.
for the
You won't
doctor.
know that, but I have said it, so now you know it. Our question this week. You've already heard it. What is the first toy that you fell in love with, and why?
Oh, so many great answers.
Yeah, and why? Yeah, we got a lot of response to this one. Probably because it got posted 6 weeks before we actually started recording the episode. I don't think
Well,
it was
even
6
before
weeks.
then, there was quite a bit.
But yeah, there was more time for people to see this and respond. Andrew W. Awesome says,
Andy Wassum.
yeah, Andy W. Awesome. He says, He-Man Dragon Walker.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, dragging these nuts. That's what I'm talking.
Hey, girl. You like dragons?
Oh my god. So many comments.
You know the rest.
Andy got it for his 5th birthday. First battery operated toy, and I still have it. Loved it because it was showcased on the He-Man poster I still have as well. Nathan Minky. Not my picture, he says. He posted a photo of a melted toy. This was by far my action figure as a kid, and probably my turning point into monsters and horror. Muckman only appeared in one episode that I recall, but I was hooked. Of what? What's Muckman? Is he Motu or
Turtles.
is he Turtles? Okay.
Turtles.
So
Stinking
Nate's
turtles.
Nate's a turtle guy. Yeah.
I have that guy. I think I commented on that.
Yeah, he said, my original toy is long gone. I would love to find another complete one. Until then, I will be waiting for my Super 7 pre-order.
Oh yeah,
Um,
looks
that's
good.
Yeah, Elgin still has his original one, as he said in the comments. Abe Kirchner, he said, what is this from? I had this guy, but never knew what he was from, though I played with the weird creature in the backpack more. Ninja Turtles, the guy in the backpack is named Joe Eyeball, and thanks,
yeah.
man. Beyond that, Bob Dobalina, he's a new one. He hasn't.
A womp bamboo.
Yeah.
Set that up.
G1 Optimus Prime, so easy to transform, so much play factor. Ren recently got the Netflix Optimus Prime, and that thing is cool.
Isn't
it transforms practically the same way as the original, with a few more bells and whistles, because they just do a better job of making them now, engineering them now. But it's so close to the original, and I love it. It's like my favorite one of his to play with. Larry Watanabe says, the year I got Jetfire, 86 or 87. And Bob responded, "Another lifelong love." Yes, Jetfire was very cool. I didn't have him. Did you have him? Did you have him? Did you
No,
have him?
Jason
Still
Bonix
don't have
did.
him.
Did they make a Motu version of it? No.
Let's see. Next, the man, the myth, the legend, the nemesis, the only person who drops the words Godzilla in Japan into a conversation more often than Jason Zbornik. It is Terry's boyfriend. Says the 1985 Imperial Godzilla. When I was a kid and imported toys into rural Iowa were thin on the ground, there was the only Godzilla toy available to me. Without other kaiju to fight, he battled everything from Transformers to Ninja Turtles. Way to go. That guy. Let's see. Turnip. Chris Sims. The DC Superpowers Superman figure when I was 3 or 4. I was obsessed with Superman at that age, and that figure went with me everywhere. At some point, it fell apart, but I just kept putting it back together over and over again. Before He-Man and Optimus Prime, there was Superman. That's true. Mm-hmm. And he fell off a horse, and what are you going to do? Ken Tomlin. Star Wars. I remember being 4 years old, turned 5 a month later, in May of 1977, and seeing Star Wars for the first time at a drive-in. My little brain could not handle the awesomeness. I could imagine that.
Oh, man.
That'd be insane.
I was at the ripe old age of 0 in 1977. I was born in March of that year. Let's see. Then to go to stores and see all the toys based off of it, mind blown. Of course, as I got older, that love of Star Wars toys was quickly replaced by the far superior, my words, G.I. Joe. And that love has remained for
Editorial
Joe's
note.
as I near 50. I mean, the toys themselves, whatever your nostalgia feeling and your love for Star Wars is, the toys themselves from that era, the G.I. Joes with the articulation and the diversity of the vehicles and the figures was way better. Abe Kirchner. It's one of my earliest memories. My mom bought it for one of my birthdays and wrapped it in an empty cottage cheese container. Of course, I threw a fit because I didn't want cottage cheese. After my mom broke out in laughter, I figured out it was just the wrapping. Anyway, I opened it up and found this guy. Not as cool as most of the answers here, but I love this cute, creepy bastard. It's a troll. It's a rainbow-haired troll in a court jester.
Cottage cheese.
Just the thought of
costume.
giving your kid a warm thing of cottage cheese as a present.
I know.
Perfect.
I can't
gotta
wait
do
to
that.
try that.
I gotta do that now.
Dan Hampel, SWAT. He had quite a response.
He always does.
It was 1977. We lived in Bakersfield, California. A client of my dad's gave my older brother this very interesting toy. It was similar to the idea of the layout of the Mousetrap game, but it was not a board game at all. But you would set up all the pieces. The main piece was this motorized chassis that would roll along guided tracks, slipping in and out of different truck and heavy machinery bodies. I forget how, but the main idea was that it would drive itself into the waiting body of a uniloader, and it would scoop up some rocks, dump them on a waiting elevator conveyor, and they automatically would be sent in reverse, where it would hang up on the body of the uniloader back into the started, continue to where the dump truck body would be hanging. Then it would drive under it and suddenly become a dump truck as it made its way over to the other end of the rock conveyor, which would then load it up before the reverse switch on the chassis would send the dump truck backwards to another track where it would dump the rocks before it would again send it backwards, hanging up the truck body, and then finally repeat the whole process.
So a construction playset then.
I do not know who made this thing or what it was called, but I remember that it was absolutely fascinated by it. More than any toy I ever had played with, but that isn't saying much. We were very poor, and for Christmas we would wrap up crappy stuff we owned and trade to each other. I never had any rich friends either, but I did know kids who had Ataris and a few MFers. Does that mean motherfuckers? With sweaters and stuff. Anyway, if you guys could help me figure out what that toy was, I'd really appreciate it. Even if you could find it on Google Images, it would be real cool. Love the show. Thanks, SWAT. Turnip automatically comes up with the answer.
Did he come up with the answer?
Yeah, the closest thing I could find was based on your description is the Big Loader construction set that Japanese company Tomy made in the 1970s through the 1990s. Is this close? SWAT says, oh my God. Now I am hunting. Found buying. Found
Say-
complete
awesome.
set. I'm going to buy it as soon as I have enough money. Screw these bills.
Wouldn't it have been easier if he just looked for it on Google? Because she knew what it looked like.
You know, before the night is over, I'm going to copy and paste his description into Google and see what happens. Let's see.
Well, thanks for finding that, Turnip. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turnip, you're a guy. Wesley Warner, the 1984 diecast Voltron. It was so freaking heavy. I had one of those, and it was so freaking heavy.
I watch the show all the time.
Yeah,
That's
I
heavy.
have one of the like mid '90s like
Mhm.
reproductions of it. That's all die-cast, and it's super heavy.
yeah. Shane Kelly,
Shane.
Shaney, Shaney the Mick, Condor from Mask.
Yeah.
Jason Zbornik. Honestly, it was probably Hot Wheels. And then just give me a second here to pull up the other. Oh, hold on. I think I can do this faster than I'm doing it now. Right.
Well, I love the commentary about it. So that's
I'm almost there. Here it is.
there.
I'm swiping right.
Let's see. Yep. I'm swiping right. My first wife, Jess, says Barbies and Legos because they were cool. And someone from Cracktastic Plastic responded, and still are.
That was me.
Ashlyn James. Ash says, I was obsessed with my vintage stuffed pig and my red-haired Cabbage Patch baby doll back when the hair was yarn. Okay. Yam?
Where was
What?
he going?
Yams.
I saw jam, and then I saw yam, and then I
Words are hard
finally
sometimes.
figured out yarn because I was holding it apparently 4 inches too far away from my face. Those were the days, lol, says Ash. And let's see. We got a tweeter from Crimson at All Hail King Crimson. Replied to our Twitter's tweets. The Titans returned Voyager Galvatron. Many people hate him for valid reasons, but I love him because he was both my first Decepticon figure and the first Transformer my father ever bought for me.
Aw.
TR Galvatron holds a special place in my heart because of those reasons.
He likes quite a few
Mostly
posts. on
Titan Returns figures were really good.
I don't know a whole lot about the Titans return lines, but I
Come
will
look at my wall.
take your word for it.
It was one of like the first ones that started going back to like the G1 look.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
From the Instagrams, the Scouse Collector said Thundercats loved that show. Even
Yep.
took 8 stitches for the Lioness sword on my kneecap.
Oh.
Good memories, good times. Wow, I wish we were back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Or woman. Or they, them. Adam Bravo 84 had the real Ghostbusters 80s toys as they were so much they had so much playability with them on their own as they all came with their own ghost, or the
Yep.
ghost came my light turned off. Came with ectoplasm slime in some of the toys,
yeah.
plus the firehouse and car play sets
Oh, man.
were spot on. Just a fantastic line all around. The Scouts Collector, totally agree, brother. They were cool as F asterisk asterisk. Is that fuck?
Yeah, I think that's
Are you allowed to not say fuck on Instagram? Is that why he
It's, some people choose not to.
Instagrams? Oh well,
Yeah,
I think
I
you
don't
meant fuck. They were they were totally agree. They were cool as fuck, fuckity fuck fuck. Adam Bravo then responded, fuck yeah. No, he said 100%. The fact that they added in other film monsters like Wolfman, Frankenstein, and Dracula to the Ghost toys made it stand out even more. Looking forward to new film reprints to see if they can recapture the magic again. That is Talkin Toys.
Awesome.
And
Thanks,
I-
everybody.
Am Spooty.
Nope. Thank you, everyone, for leaving them comments. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love hearing from you. And it just reminds me about how awesome our Facebook group is. Just want to pump that again.
Yeah.
Because that keeps growing. People share their pictures and their finds and their thrills of their hunts and
Yeah.
helping friends find toys that they describe long-windedly. And yeah.
Once again, if there are any toys that you would like to send to us, feel free.
Yeah, that
Contact us.
reminds me.
We'll be happy to take anything that you want to give us for free because you love us.
Yeah, on our website, you can find that address. If you want to send us something, a couple of us, Elgin and I,
We have Amazon wish list
we have,
on that website.
I actually started working on my wish list.
Did you?
Yeah, I did actually start working on that. I will have that posted. I will send that to you to post.
Because if anyone's feeling generous and wants to. Mm-hmm. Anyway, check it out. It's on the website. Go to the website, cracktastic.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can also find the store there.
Yeah.
And buy a mug.
Once again,
or
yes,
30
get it while it's
t-shirts.
hot. We've got mugs, we've got
30
t-shirts, we've got
t-shirts.
hats,
Yes.
sweatshirts, hoodies, underwear.
Hoodies.
G-strings.
Yep.
Magnets.
If you scroll down, they're in there.
There's the 30-06 rifle.
No.
TV trays.
Monogram towels.
Yeah.
Monocles.
Yep.
Monocles.
Well, all right. We did it. We got through another episode.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
Let's get out of here. Let's go find some toys. What do you say? Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll see you soon.
Later.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.